Can you guys hear me okay? Just making sure. Y'all, I didn't fart. That's the chair. Okay? Y'all, come on. Come get to the chat. Let's talk about this for a second. Let's talk about this shit for a second, man. All right. What are we talking about today, guys? What are we talking about today? In the comic chat, our daily comic chat, while I prepare some videos for you guys. I'm uploading some shit right now for you. Got some new videos for you. Got a few things for Patreon. Got a reaction ready for you today. And I still need to do some announce some stuff about Instagram as well. How I got that thing going. But oh my God, guys, we got to talk about this shit. And I will try not to laugh. A team of producers here by the name Remake The Last Jedi. Remake The Last Jedi. You can find them on Twitter at RM The Last Jedi if you want to see this to believe it. Hey, shout outs to Armin again, once again at Comic Book Cast 2 for just giving me some of the most interesting shit. I'm gonna just read you the first thing that I read. Our team of producers is offering to cover the budget for a remake of The Last Jedi in order to save Star Wars. Share this and spread the word to let Robert Iger, is that his name, and Disney know you want this. This isn't a joke. We're ready to have the conversation now. They're serious. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's not a laughing matter, folks. They're serious about this. Oh, man. Damn, dude. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Let me continue reading this because on one hand, I gotta feel like I gotta give it up. Is it too high? Actually, maybe that's a little bit better. Okay, I gotta give it up to this group. I gotta give it up to the crew at least for the ambition. You always gotta respect ambition. Ambition goes a long way. All right, let's continue reading. Okay. Nope, that's too bright. All right. We will be consulting with Star Wars fans directly throughout the writing of the remake of The Last Jedi, as the plan is to make a version of TLJ that is as close to universally accepted as possible. You'll never please everyone, but at least it wouldn't be blasphemy. Okay. In fact, we want the writing team to be a diverse group of people that both loved and hated TLJ. So we will have an inbox for story treatment submissions. So we will have an inbox for story treatment submissions and actually hire people onto the writing team from what we receive. So this is your chance to write a Star Wars film. Iron sharpens iron, and the best writing comes from a group of people who have differing opinions but can constructively work together for the best story possible. Not just one writer sitting in a room thinking whatever pops into their head is the best idea ever. Hold on, let me look up the writing credits for The Last Jedi, because it's Last Jedi screen writers. Oh, that's weird. It says that The Last Jedi was written by Ryan Johnson and J.J. Abrams. I see. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's continue. God damn it. Dude. Okay. The people in power think the fans who dislike TLJ are an irrelevant minority of basement dwellers who are just keyboard cowboys. That's a new one. That will never actually affect real change. If you don't want them to win, then spread hashtag remake The Last Jedi and let your voice be heard. All right. Uh so one person So one person, guys, stop laughing. Stop laughing. Stop. Okay, guys, hold on. Let's hear this out for a second. One person, look. I did some research. Okay, stop laughing. Let's take this serious for a second. All right. Um. So one person, Russ Maloney, made a good point. So you'll have as much to spend on the remake as what was spent on the original, around $200 million. All right. Um, and they replied back, correct. And I was kind of curious, how much they have so far. So I took a look. I took right a look right now, and hold on, they actually have raised, believe it or not, yo, they have actually raised $73,000. $73,000. They were able to collectively put that much money together already. God damn, dude. And that was in June 16th. June 16th, exactly. Are you fucking somebody's are you fucking serious? I'm actually more concerned. I'm actually kind of concerned. Like, I would, I don't have a lot of love for fanatics, crazy people, and shit like that, but I would feel really bad if somebody literally walked off with $73,000 and did nothing with it. Like, literally, like, could you imagine, dude? I got to get in the business of funding for the Snyder Cut. I'm missing my calling right now. I should put together a fucking slush fund and say I'm going to put together the Snyder Cut. We already have everything detailed. We're going to fund this. Put your money together and let's do it. And then just suddenly disappear. Can you imagine that shit? Like, just fucking leave. Like, holy shit, dude. That is crazy that they made that much more money already. Oh, never mind. I'm looking more. It says you do not have to put any financial or personal information in at this time, just an email address and a pledge. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. So that's fucking bullshit. Fuck. I was making 2 grand, 3 grand on Patreon. Um, when people could just put in anything and not pay. I was making mad money. And at first I was like, oh, plus ultra, like that. I almost walked in, quit my fucking job, and I was gonna be like, fuck you guys. I'm leaving. And then I started realizing that people at that time, people could like bounce at the last minute. Oh, god damn it. Anyways, um this shit is crazy, dude. This shit is crazy. Uh Okay, so if I were to let me just say, let me just say, let me just say one thing. The Snyder fans, the Snyder Cut fans, the people who hated The Last Jedi, Well, not so much to those people. Let's just the Snyder fans, the Snyder Cut fans released the Snyder Cut, and I was going to talk about that before. A few days ago, when AT&T announced that they bought out Warner Brothers, if you go on their Twitter, it's just full of people saying "release the Snyder Cut." It's like, "Hello, AT&T, how can I help you? Release the Snyder Cut." Anyways, my point here is I appreciate or I respect the tenacity in which some fans, quote unquote fans, are willing to go. Um, but I really often believe that it'd be amazing what they can do if they act for something else. Like they could really be so creative for something else, create something else. If it were me, and let me tell you one thing why this would never work. This would never work. One, how much did the Last Jedi make actually? Uh, the the Last Jedi total profit. How much did that shit make, man? Jesus Christ, dude. The Last Jedi made $620 million. That's gross. Domestically. Worldwide, that shit made 1 billion. Oh my god, dude. That movie made $1,332,000,000 in some change and shit. I wonder what that is profit though. It's always a little, but the fucking what? It was like 20 million, right? That was only 20 million to make. So the first things first, that shit ain't ruining shit. Like they ain't making they nobody at Disney is crying or struggling to want to redo anything now. Now again, now again, let's move some of those people over to the Snyder Cut. If people were that dedicated now, if they try to remake if they do the Snyder Cut, that's a whole nother thing. Secondly, the reason why this is never going to work, I mean, the first reason should be enough. The first reason should be enough. You can't say Solo was affected. The reason Solo failed is because of the Last Jedi. People didn't want to see Solo before the Last Jedi came out. I remember people were saying Solo looked like the Netflix special. All right. Okay. Second reason. Second reason for this, why this is never going to work. One, it made money. The second reason, scheduling, timing. What? I mean, I got a third reason, but even okay, let's just okay. Second reason, my new second reason. What fucking actors, producers, who's going to get together? Mark Hamill, all the actors, all these people. Who's gonna get together? Like all these people are gonna get together and redo this movie? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, no. And can you imagine? Let's just say everybody's getting together and they're just like, so why are we doing this again? Are we getting paid again? Shit. All right, let's just do it like that. It ain't no. Third point, scheduling, timing. The new trilogy, I'm talking about 7, 8, 9, was already laid out from the beginning. There is no way in hell, no way in hell. They already have this master plan set up, right? There's no way in hell they're going to be uh, put everything on hold, episode 9, and be like, let's just imagine, let's just say number 1 and 2, those reasons weren't existent. You really think they're gonna do a redo? You really think they're gonna do? Oh shit, that wasn't what we meant. Let's do another one and continue. Nah, man. Nah, man. If in any case that was ever possible, if that was gonna happen, it'd be 10 years from now, 15 years from now, and they're gonna call it Transformers Bumblebee or some shit like that. It'll be a soft reboot, right? But again, see reasons 1 and 2. The movie was a success financially. It might be polarizing, but unlike Batman v Superman or unlike Batman v Superman or any or even Justice League, I guess in some form. No, Justice League actually, I think they lost a lot of money. But BVS is a better example. They made money, but they didn't really make a lot of money that they were expecting. The Last Jedi went out and did a damn good job and made a lot of money. Some people really didn't like it, but some people really didn't like Force Awakens. And right now, when you look at the top grossing movies of all time, The Force Awakens is fucking dominant. You know, money isn't everything, but that is a damn good indication of what people are willing to spend their money on. I just mentioned it in my honest trailer, for honest trailers reaction to Jurassic Park. Um, and the fact that I'm very surprised that what the fuck is the movie called? Fallen Kingdom, Jurassic Park 2 or something, Jurassic World 2. Uh, let's say, it's what was I going to say? It's the fact that I'm very surprised that that movie is still making money, but fucking I'm surprised that Fast and Furious was making money, or Transformers, the Bayformers were making money. So I'm very surprised that what people will go out to spend money, but I can respect that people are willing to spend their money on that kind of stuff. Not my types of movies that I would continue investing in, but that's what people want to spend their money on, and fuck it. It's I'm not going to get in the way of that. Could you literally imagine me making a Twitter page or a petition or some shit telling going up to the people, the brass at now AT&T, but WB, and being like, yo man, hey, I got hey man, I got the script that I wrote how you could redo BVS, man, and here's the way I would do it. Here's the way I do it. Look, I got a collection of all these ideas from fans. Here's how we're gonna make that shit better. We're gonna make it better. Now, I need $200 million. Blink, kick my ass off, dude. Bro. Nah, man. Could you imagine though? Now, let's be honest, I have thought about it. I have thought about different ways they could have fixed BVS. I have had my own particular ideas. I actually told you guys a few times in certain videos, but then the audio got cut, and maybe that was fate, or it ran a little bit long on how I would have done it. But at the same time, I accept that it's happened. It's it happened, it's done, and we just have to kind of go through it. And we had Justice League, and it kind of just it's making its way through, and the people heard their voices. The voices were heard financially and online, and I think financially has a stronger input as well. Hence why Warner Brothers went berserk and tried to change things in the middle of production with Justice League. But The Last Jedi is not that type of movie, folks. The House of Mouse, they don't play, dude. The House of Mouse, they ain't making mistakes. You may not agree with the directions, the way they're going, but right, this train is not stopping. They're going their direction. They might make small changes and such, but it is what it is. That's it, guys. That's all I wanted to talk about. I just thought this shit was funny. Um, and something to keep in mind is when the Empire Strikes Back first came out, people fucking hated that movie. When The Godfather 2 came out, people fucking hated that movie. And I'm not saying The Last Jedi is an amazing movie. There's parts of that movie that I wasn't really interested in, and a lot of that movie could have been better. But I still think the takeaway from that movie was amazing. And for me, it was one of the few Star Wars movies where I actually gave a shit about that movie. I remember the second time watching that movie tearing up and like I'm like, God damn, dude, this is Mark Hamill's best fucking performance I have ever seen him in point blank period, dude. And I remember the second time watching this movie and leaving with my girlfriend. Um, and she was just like it really got to her, that particular movie. She said this was a really good movie, and I'm like, yeah, it's weird because online, key point, online, people are really like a good amount of fans are really upset at this in the direction. And she was like, man, they take this shit way too seriously. I was like, I guess so. And I guess this is an example. Anyways, y'all, just keep in mind, like I said, The Empire Strikes Back, people hated that movie until The Return of the Jedi came out and it kind of everything kind of balanced. Godfather 2, people did not like the pacing of Godfather 2, and now it's considered one of the best movies in cinematic history. Uh, the Dark Knight Rises, I personally really enjoyed that movie a lot. And I think a lot of people, when in retrospect, looking back at it, I think they appreciate it a little bit more. And I just think if I were to give any sort of advice for some of these fans, don't buy a bunch of toys and burn them and shit or whatever. You just roll with the punches, dude. You still have a shitload of other stuff. A lot. Like for me personally, like when I think about the stuff, I think about BVS and how horrible that movie was for me. But I still have so many iterations of Batman and Superman that I can enjoy, that it doesn't bother me that one movie messed it all. I mean, it annoys me that my favorite character, Batman, and I enjoy Superman, are not really as popular as they used to be anymore, and doesn't have the same respect. Batman doesn't have the same respect that he did when the trilogy came out, the Nolan trilogy came out. But at the same time, I've also lived through the George Clooney era, so it is what it is. It comes in waves, guys. So if you don't like this particular Star Wars, I'm sure something else will come out that you'll enjoy later. So it is what it is. Let's see. I'm reading your guys' comments, but it is, it is. I don't watch the MTV VMA Awards. I haven't watched MTV in a while. Uh, yep. Oakley Dokley. All right, that's it, guys. I'm out of here. I appreciate it. Leave your comments below for those in the recap. Let me know what you guys think about this, and go ahead. Why don't you message them? Hit up at RM The Last Jedi, and see if they can go help fund the Snyder cut instead. I think that'd be a little. I think they'd have a much better chance of having success of that. You guys could get them go meet Zack Snyder at Comic Con, fund that project. I personally think that if they have the money, make a low budget film, change all the names, but everybody knows this was Snyder's story, but make an animated version or make a CG version or something like that. Like I think particularly Snyder would be down for something like that as a fuck you to WB. Change all the names, but we all know exactly what movie that is. And I think that'd be kind of interesting. You know what I mean? All right, I'm out of here, guys. I gotta finish up the videos for you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay? Take care of yourselves, and we'll chat about more comics stuff in time. Plus Ultra, baby. Yeah.